All right, what's up, tycoons? What's up, traders? Super excited for today's video. We're going to take a look at Casper today. Okay, break down Casper, ticker symbol CSPR. You see, we had our wedge here, but it appears we got a false breakout after rejecting the year-to-date anchored VWAP. We're going to go down over all of the key levels that I'm paying attention to in today's video. As always, the content provided on this channel is for informational and educational purposes only and is not intended to be relied upon as legal, financial, or investment advice. So please be sure to read through the full disclaimer. If you guys are ever interested, I do one-on-one personal coaching sessions. You can always email me, zachleytrades@gmail.com, and we can work on scheduling a time together that works for the both of us for your personal coaching session. Now, we're over here on TradingView, okay, and we're taking a look, and there's a few things that I do like about the chart right now, but we're just not seeing much follow through from the bulls, all right? The things that I do like is that we've been coming in here and making these lower lows, right? So you can see here, we have these lows, we have these lower lows, but meanwhile, on the RSI, this is your relative strength index, you can see that we have lows at this point, and we're creating higher lows, right? So this is a simple term known as a bullish divergence, and we've had this bullish divergence forming, and we did see a nice pop, right? This was a very strong move up that we just recently had, in Casper, but we did reject a very key level, and this is right here, this purple line. This is our year-to-date anchored VWAP. Now, the anchored VWAPs is something that I've started putting out in a lot more of these videos, and they're really important, okay? Large money institutions, whales, they tend to buy and sell at the anchored VWAPs, and you can see that, Casper is a really great example of that. You see here, we come down, we test the anchored VWAP here, and you see we get a little bit of buyers, and ultimately they flip it and it becomes a selling point here, and a selling point here. So this is a really strong level. That level currently is right around 0.042. Okay, that is basically going to be your year-to-date anchored VWAP. We do have a strong demand zone that we've tested many times here in the past over here and as well as over here. We're basically back into that zone. So that zone is going to be 0.0375, all right, all the way down to about 0.0343. That's our key demand zone, right? And it's very important how price reacts in this level. You can see here, we came down, consolidated, and then we got that strong push. So we are still seeing active demand in here. But if we break through this level, then there's a very strong chance we go back down on Casper to potentially even our next demand zone, which is going to be, right around 0.027. Okay, 0.02735. So you do have to be a little bit of cautious right now. Now, one thing that I don't like about this current price action is, to me, it looks like we are going to be heading downwards into the bottom of this range. Now, we could see buyers step in at any given time and really try to push us back up and get above this year-to-date anchored VWAP. But what we have here is a classic look above and fail, right? So we got the breakout, we looked up above, rejected the year-to-date anchored VWAP, and we've actually come back down into the range, okay? If we extend our trend line here just a little bit more to the right, you can see that we are back inside of the range. Now, there's a couple reasons you want to be cautious of this, okay? The reason being is because initially this was the chance right here for bulls to really step in and show that they're in control of the price, right? This moment right here. Okay. And you can see even as we're recording this video, it's trying to push a little bit lower. But right here was a very important moment on the chart for Casper. And the reason being is because, bulls essentially have the full opportunity to get the breakout, retest, and push higher and break through this year-to-date anchored VWAP. When you see that they don't take advantage of that opportunity, that lets you know that bulls are not in control at this point, that this was a false breakout, and actually bears are in control of the price action. And we could see price continue lower down towards the end of the range, which would put us right here at the bottom of our demand zone. So I do think that that's one of the most likely scenarios. However, short term, if we can get back above this trend line, we have a really good chance of coming back and testing that year-to-date anchored VWAP at 0.042. And if we're able to get above there, then, our next target is going to be the overhead supply zone of 0.04466 all the way up to 0.04833. That's going to be the next area of liquidity where price action is going to be drawn to towards the upside if we do get a breakout. So definitely pay close attention to that. When it comes to the MACD, right? The MACD hasn't gone bearish. All right, we haven't seen a bearish signal in here yet. A sell signal is going to be when this red line here crosses down below this yellow line. So there's still hope for bulls, right? It's not completely over, but just going over which scenario I think is more likely. I do think we are more likely to head down towards the bottom of the range, but you want to be cautious of this red line crossing below the yellow line. If that happens, that's what would essentially be known as a MACD sell signal, and it would indicate probably a nice drop coming in Casper. Okay, if you take a look right here at the last time we had a MACD sell signal, you can see it was followed by a large move to the downside into an area of demand. And most likely that will happen again if we do get that. So you do need to be cautious of that. Now, Casper is not overbought, anything like that at all. It's actually below 50 on the RSI. So if we do start to get a rally, there's plenty of room to the upside to display here on Casper, and we'll see potentially, right, if we were to just come in here and draw a little bit of a bullish divergence trend line, okay, we would look to see if we do continue to fall and head back towards this lower end of the range, will the RSI bounce off of our initial bullish divergence trend line? If so, then that's when we may see the next real leg up in Casper. Those are the main things that I'm looking at right now. All right. If you enjoyed this video, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel. I drop videos just like this every single week. And you can always email me too, as I mentioned before, exactlytrades@gmail.com if you guys are ever interested in a one-on-one personal coaching session.